What's going on, world? It's your boy Alex Acosta. I'm back with another fun, easy, and quick tutorial in Vegas. Man, one of the dopest features in Vegas 22 is AI text-based editing. Essentially, that's gonna help you with your transcripts, your base editing, and also your subtitles. For me, I film a lot of documentaries, a lot of podcasts, and a lot of television work. So often producers and other directors need the transcripts of word for word of what went down on the project that we shot. So to be able to upload it now in Vegas in a matter of seconds and let AI take it over, game changer for sure, and I can't wait to take full advantage of it. All right, so right here on the timeline, we have Marsai Martin. Most of you might recognize her from her television work. Here, she was accepting an award for BET, and she was giving her acceptance speech here. So I got a chance to direct her for this, and I know the producer wanted this particular clip. So I already have it clipped out right here, but you see social media clip out, and let's head over right here to tools, and let's head down to AI speech to text. This is where we're gonna have some fun. All right, so right here you see we have 3 different events on the timeline. If I zoom out a little, you see a slice, so it's 1, 2, and 3. Now that I know this particular clip is the one I needed, I just need to highlight it. And from here, we're gonna toggle right here to show selected events. As soon as I click that, bam, you see this is the only one that's highlighted. Now let's just assume I highlighted this as well. So we'll toggle back here, bam, those 2 are highlighted. So we know specifically I'm only dealing with this one. And let's just assume you had a lot more cuts on this timeline. That's exactly what you do. You'll just highlight these 2, or the one that, I'm sorry, not these 2, the audio piece that you want on your timeline, just like this. You'll highlight it just like I have it. See how it's showing, and you hit analyze. And you're gonna see here it's do its thing. It's pretty fast, as you see right here. And I'm doing this in real time, by the way. I'm not gonna make no edits or cuts. And bam, popped up right here. So from right here from this drop-down menu, you see you have your transcript, text-based editing, and subtitles. If I go to text-based, bam, it's coming up right here. Now the cool thing about this is that I can highlight any part of this and it jumps to my timeline. If you look at any time I click any word, it jumps to where that's at in my timeline. But let's just assume that I got the email back from the producer, and the producer says, hey, we love this clip out, but that very last part where it's so kind to have best of both worlds, we want to cut that out. This particular thing right here, Alex, can you do that? I no longer have to go to my timeline and just worry about slicing this or figure it out. I just got to go ahead to the text-based editing and literally from right here, right click, delete. And look, take a look what happened. Not only did it delete it, it deleted from my timeline. So I'm gonna Control Z to bring it back. And you see it's right back where it's at. But if I wanted to remove something else from the middle, let's just say from this part here, where she says and then end with world, it's gonna cut it. And you see now there's a gap of where it cut it at. But now let's bring that back. Let's assume that you also wanted to cut it, and as you cut it, you wanted where it ends at to start off, where she ends her last word, you want it to start off with the very next word, and you want them to merge. You don't want to have to keep doing that through your entire timeline manually. So we'll do the same thing. So we'll come here to end it right here with period. Now this time, you're gonna toggle right here between auto ripple. As soon as I click that, you're gonna see once I hit delete, not only is it gonna delete it, but it's gonna pair from where it ended at to where it starts the new clip. And here we go. Bam. And it went simultaneously as you do that. Now imagine between all the edits and everything that you have, again, for me, when I get my transcripts, when I get my emails back from a transcript from a producer, they'll tell me, hey, we wanna keep this and we wanna take out this. So just that feature right there, mind blowing for me, that it's that easy now. Now let's assume I finished all this. And now I have everything that I needed from this clip. Let's take the rip off now. I have everything I needed from this clip, and this is the clip out that they want. So from text-based editing, now we go to subtitles. So from subtitles, it's already there. Everything's already laid out for me. So as you see the time code here, now let's just assume she says something and you want it to, because was spelled wrong or whatever, something else. Or you want the because in caps. I could just change it right there, and then instantly it would jump. When it posts on the timeline, it will have exactly any corrections there. Sometimes AI isn't always on point with the way a word is pronounced, or anything could just be misspelled. So that's how you'll go back in your timeline and correct it right there. But let's just assume everything else lines up right here. You want it in one line. Depending how many letters you want per paragraph, this is where you do it. And once you see this is all aligned up, hit generate titles. And bam, there you go. Let's play the first one. And you see instantly it pops right up on my timeline. Let's go to the first one.
Sharing this now with my family is actually the dopest part of it all because...
And bam, you see the because is in caps. You see how easy it is to manipulate any of the words, or if you need to change it or whatever needs to go, if that's not the proper spelling or where it needs to be, you can manually adjust from there. Now let's go one little step further right here. You see how the subtitle is low right here? It's in white, and seems like that's where it should go. But what if you wanted it somewhere else? What if you wanted to do a different color or a different placement? Now, let's say from here, once you click here, you can also manually do that. You can go here and change any of the fonts that you want to any size, to any color. You can do any of that, right? But what if there was a simpler way? How do you say? Let's go back and let's Control Z. Now, let's say from here, you don't want to manually do that for each clip, because if you change the font style, color, or spacing, you would have to do that manually for each clip. But instead of doing that, we come back right here to where generate titles is, and you see where subtitles is, you can create your own placement. So what I did ahead of time was I went and I created some. So right here with subtitles, I wrote subtitles WB. That means white background, black letters. Now this one here is white letters, brown shadow. So let's say you want a drop box down there, a shadow box back there. So I'm gonna hit this and you see, and generate, and bam. Not only did I change the placement from lower to higher, I also added this little white background, and you see it's the black letters there now. And as I hit play,
sharing this now with my family is actually the dopest part of it all because...
And it's going to continue to do that. It's going to read it for each one. Now let's say you don't want that. Let's go back to here, subtitles. And now I'm going to put it with white letters and a brown shadow. Here we go. And see how I changed it, depending the style that you want.
Sharing this now with my family is actually the dopest part of it all because...
And through it all,
my team is also
it's going to adjust to
of...
everything we just talked about. And overall, how I created that, I went into the first tab of here, adjusting this, and I made my own color change. Let's just pick a random color, pink, and let's just say you want the placement to be different. All I did here was, let's say you want the placement up here, which most subtitles on the screen isn't going to be right there, but let's just say this is where you wanted it, right here. After you pick your color, after you pick the font that you want, let's change the font completely. After you change the font that you want, all you got to do is come right here to save. Once you hit save, I'm going to jump out of this. Once you hit save, let's go back to tools, speech to text. And when you go down to subtitles, from here, when you click subtitles on this tab, it's going to be saved right here. So once you click it, you can make numerous, it's unlimited. You can make X amount of those and then have it ready. And that, my friends, it is AI text-based editing at its fullest inside of the new Vegas 22. It is a feature that I'm very excited about to try and excited about to take on in my real life. I can't wait for a producer or a director or editor calls me and asks me if I have any of the transcripts or can I remove this part and add this part. I sure can in the snap of the finger now. So I really, really appreciate Vegas for adding that feature, and it's truly, truly, truly something I'm looking forward to. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you.
Sharing this now with my family is actually the dopest part of it all because I don't do this alone. It comes with support, and there's a way where you stay grounded and humble within all of this, and that is being with your family and being with the people who you came into this world with. So it's amazing. It's pretty dope, and my team is also here, so it's kind of like the best of both worlds.